This is a special guest that we have, and I'm going to introduce her more to you guys later. But we were just starting, and I'll just kind of start again. Sorry for everyone who has to listen to it twice, but we were just saying, or I was just saying, like, wow, we are just so thankful to have you here, to have you joining this call, but more importantly, joining our mission in the various ways that you guys have all supported us. And the success and the fact that last year's Together We Thrive campaign worked and that we did it is just such an incredible blessing. I think, we were saying how none of us really could have predicted how the uncertainty and the changes of this year would feel and what would it bring. And to be able to have had last year's campaign and have this gift, these $10,000 for our 10 longest standing partners, is seriously such a gift. It's one of those things that's giving us confidence as we see, so many nonprofits struggling, other small businesses closing or very, very stressed. We feel so incredibly blessed to know that we do have this sort of cushion and this reserve to continue pushing our mission forward, to continue supporting these partners. So thank you, thank you, thank you for being a part of that and letting us do that. And so, yeah, our hope with this is it was our first big campaign. The heart of Bought Beautifully is that our partners and that how your money is being used. And so we really just wanted to take a minute and tell you what has happened so far. The campaign wrapped up. We didn't really start any work on it till the beginning of the year, but really wanted to tell you bits and pieces of what's happening. So it's going to be just sort of an info dump. I'm not like singing and dancing. I don't have any cute graphics, but we really just wanted you guys to know. So our first partner, like I said, it's our 10 longest standing or impactful partners. So our first partner is Do Hope, and Do Hope works in Rwanda. They're working in the red light district there. Several of the team got to be on the call with them, and they were amazing. We got to meet their staff. Their staff had spent time putting together 3 different proposals for us, identifying their biggest needs and their biggest dreams and hopes for the next year. We ended up going with one of the proposals, which I will share with you guys in the email, just because we also want you to see how detailed and how serious they took this opportunity. So they are asking for a Juki industrial sewing machine, which is just a new sewing machine that will allow them to expand out of just bead making and into potentially, as they grow and get more skills, like leather making, purse making, but also just general sewing. And the one thing that this will be really nice for them, especially like looking at this year, is it expands the women's opportunity to have jobs in country. So they're not just dependent on like exports and selling things to the United States. This will give their women another skill set and the ability to work in their communities as seamstress. There's a couple bigger industries there that make signs for the country, different things like that. So it's going to be a really big gift for them to be able to employ more women and employ them with a larger skill set. So those are expensive sewing machines, but with that, we're giving them a sewing machine, the training, an in-country person coming to train them all how to use it. And then our expectation is not that they will have sellable products for us for another year or so with that sewing machine, but we hope to have some at some point. And then this year, we also have already placed our first order with them on some products that we designed in-house. So a few new necklaces and bracelets that should be coming. We were hoping for Mother's Day, but probably not till after Mother's Day. The next one is Friendship Bridge. So we and a bunch of our staff were able to visit Friendship Bridge this February. And it was, I think we all can say it was one of the greatest honors of our life to really get to spend extensive time with these partners. So we had a couple of our staff member, one of them, Ashley, who's on the call here, did a color theory class with the artisans. I was just telling Becky how we brought beads, we brought different supplies down to them so we could sort of expand their horizon and also help them understand trends and styles that are popular in the United States. So we got to spend a lot of time with them, developing products, working on, we want to both honor their incredible color selection and their incredible vibrancy and ideas because they come up with the best things. But we also wanted to bring in some more just current trends that are happening. So we will have, I think we came away with about 30 different products some of them we've already brought back, and then more that will be coming the rest of this year through that. So that was just really, really exciting for all of us who were there. The next partner is Solo Hope, Ever Hope Collective. They are our partner in Honduras, who I was able to go see and be with last year. Unfortunately, they are closing the doors on their artisan department, and they're going to just focus on their nonprofit work. So we're going to do a little bit of a pivot with them. We are trying to still find ways to support their artisans as they transition. We're looking at potentially getting a stove for them. So they are potters and they already have a stove for pottery, but they would like to expand it so that they can continue to do their pottery, but then also sell bread in their local community. So we're going to spend some of the money, it looks like, to help them do that. And then we will pivot the extra from this partner to another partner. And we have not decided who or how that will be. So we will keep you posted when we make that decision. Next one is Second Story Goods. And so Second Story Goods is in Haiti. We've had the ability to visit them as well. um, and they are in an exciting phase for them as well. So they are transitioning from an organization that was started by Americans, partially run by Americans, to a fully owned and operated and Haitian run organization. And it's a huge leap for them, especially in the current economic and just reality of Haiti. But it's a really, really, really exciting one. So we are still in process with them on the different ways that we're going to support them during this transition. Their number one ask was for solar panels and batteries so that when there's no electricity, they can keep working. We want to say yes to that, but there's also so many logistics of making that, getting it installed and seeing that it works. And so we're waiting for more of those pieces of the puzzle are in place to say yes. And then in the meantime, we're supporting them with product purchases and hoping. So if anyone out here knows anyone, they have amazing leather workers, amazing skills. And our hope and prayer is to find like either an existing leather worker or an Instagram influencer type person who might want to partner with them to help get their story out, to maybe collaborate on some product designs. So their biggest need right now is a bigger reach. So we'll also be looking at, besides solar panels, also be looking at advertising campaigns and helping them just reach more people. Hand Producing Hope, super exciting. They work in Rwanda, Baton Rouge, and Costa Rica. They really want to build up their refugee support program that they have right now in Baton Rouge. And so we're going to help them get a new t-shirt screen printing system set up so that they can expand their screen printing. Right now, they have the very basic and have been able to do like one color totes and things, and they've gone really well. So we're going to help them make the leap into the next level of t-shirt printing and bag printing. So we're super excited about that. Our partner Grain of Rice project. So, and if you guys have questions, I just feel free to ask questions, feel free to say things. We just really want you guys to feel like you're a part of this so you know what's happening. But yes, so feel free to engage and ask questions. We're almost to the exciting parts, but our partner Grain of Rice project in Kenya, they have amazing products, and what we're going to do with them, at least in the start for this year, because they have also built a school, and right now their focus is getting their school up and running. So we're not going to create any new products with them. We're going to get their products. We're going to do a photo shoot, try and help them come up with just some better photos, descriptions, and then run some advertising campaigns to try and help them just reach more people with what they currently have happening. Okay, and then the next, Suti Sana, our partner, is coming in May, and so we'll be working in depth with her. Not only will you guys get to meet her if you live here, sorry for you guys who don't, but you guys will get to meet her, and we'll work in depth with her to hopefully have a brand new leather line coming out with them. And then we have two other partners, Threads of Hope and Azizi Life, who we've accomplished a lot in this short amount of time, and they're in a good place. So we haven't even started what we're going to do with them. We're going to start working with them more towards the end of the summer on their ideas and what we can do to support them. And the reason that our darling friend Becky is here is for our partnership with Himalayan Freedom Company, who also used to be Beauty for Ashes. So again, they were one of the partners when we had our first call with them. So excited. They had come to the table. They knew exactly what they wanted. They knew exactly what they needed. And they presented it to us and they said, we would like someone to move to Nepal for 5 months. Ideally, this person would be an incredible jewelry designer and would be able to teach us all their skills. And so we're like, okay, well, but in some ways, I feel like it was just an amazing answer to prayer and just the way God weaves these stories together. Because Becky was my daughter's teacher a few years ago. And she is an incredible silversmith and jewelry maker. And I had we had a conversation once and she was on my mind of like, how do we get her involved? And as soon as they said that, she immediately came to mind. And I was like, well, I don't think anyone could go there for 5 months, but she's a teacher and she might be able to go there for a little bit of time. So if you feel comfortable, I'm gonna let you take over and tell them a little bit about your experience so far, and what's gonna happen, what's coming up.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Emily.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. I'm Becky. So I have been creating art, I guess, over the last 10 years and really honed it into metalsmithing and sourcing stones. So I do more of a Western style silversmithing, a little bit of goldsmithing. So when Emily came to me with the idea of going to Nepal to help design and teach skills to the women of the Himalayan Freedom Company, I was totally on board. I think first and foremost, building a safe community there means empowering the women to be able to create and have a business. And that's huge. So immediately it was a yes for me. So my hope, just talking to the women so far, is going there, teaching how to make bezel set stones and bigger rings, because they already have a lot of skill sets, and designing. So we're still in the process of working through exactly what we're going to be doing and working, getting that squared away. But there's a lot of opportunities, and they're super excited to have me and introduce me to all the culture of Nepal, which is pretty amazing, and it already feels really special and near and dear to their hearts. And I know it'll be amazing work. A little scary to travel out there, but pumped, so pumped for this opportunity.
So if you don't, you can check out Becky's work at
B Butterfield.
Neil Butterfield, sorry. B Butterfield on Instagram, but she's incredibly talented and has just a heart of gold. And speaking of building community, knowing that my daughter was in her class, I've never seen a teacher build a community like she did in that classroom. So I just know that we just feel so excited about this partnership and the way God wove it together. And Himalayan Freedom Company's been one of our best selling products, but we've been selling about the same products for about 10 years. And the women there are excited. They want to learn new skills. We're excited. We feel like there's a really big market here. We're excited about all the partnerships, but this was our dream, right? So things like this where we could just bridge that gap between what's happening there and who's here and what's happening here. So we're just really, really excited to be sending Becky there.
Yes. Yes.
So your support is making this possible. Thank you guys so much. She'll be going in June.
Yes.
For a little bit over 2 weeks. She's going alone, so cover her in prayers, and just love. And we will obviously report back to you guys on the fruits of her labor. So that's pretty much the summary we have for you guys. We would love to take questions, love to just chat with you, hear from you guys. Yeah. If anyone has any.
It's awesome. Thanks for letting us be a part.
Thank you.
Yes,
it's pretty fun.
incredible.
It's
Awesome.
fun. This is Adam Cruz. And for those of you who don't know, he's also been around in the Bob Beautifully journey from the very beginning in various different capacities. And it's really fun to see you here now as a donor and a supporter of making this dream happen.
Paxton has a question.
Oh, yeah, Pax, what you got?
You can say something now. You can say hi.
Hi. Hi, Pax.
Hey, Pax.
Should I show your video, Steve?
Oh, Grammy's on there too.
Hey, Emily, I was wondering what's the situation in Haiti? Second story goods is rural, so they're relatively safe and can live their lives, or are they caught up or threatened?
I mean, it's so hard. It's really, really hard. They are rural, and they still, I mean, they still make it to work, but like they said, they need solar panels. They have zero predictability if they'll have power, if they'll have water, if they'll have, it's just very, very chaotic. But I will say, like, the people of Haiti are just unbelievably resilient. They just keep pressing through. They just keep figuring it out. What's been really neat to see is that almost all that Haitian brands have band together. And so they are a force for good there. So we're specifically supporting Second Story Goods, but they've partnered with Papillon now. And then they had already previously partnered with 3 of our other partners. Now they have one shipping hub in the States that they're all shipping from. They've consolidated. They've just been really collaborative on like when there's days that shipments can get out because ports can be closed, ports can be open. They're like all throwing their stuff in there. They're all working together to get it out. And I mean, they're a force for good. And I can't wait for Haiti to rise out of this hardship so that these people can just get to live in the thriving that they really deserve. But um, yeah, so I can't answer too much, Steve. I know things have leveled out a little bit right now where it's a little bit more predictable and less just like random gang violence,
Yeah.
but that it is still very much like just uncertain, touch and go. Yeah, I think it's still rated sort of one of the worst places in the world to live right now and to be.
Good we can be there.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, we're really thankful that there's small things we can do to continue to support them.
Good.
Yeah.
I have a quick question for you and Becky. Becky, excited that you're going. It's going to be a huge adventure, so I'm sure we'll figure out how to live vicariously through your travels. Are you going with any sort of set goals of an outcome with like partners products or timeline, or is it really just to see where they're at and where you can help them the most?
Maybe a mix of both. So of course the time can only be 2.5 weeks for now. So they reached out. We had some ideas of it just being more on the design side, but then when we all came together and talked about what they would like to see as a collaboration effort, they decided they want to, after looking at kind of my business and what I have going on and skill set, they decided they would really like to learn how to bezel set stones. So that's going to be our biggest goal. But the idea that I have in my head is we're going to have enough time to do that and then work on like creative design processes and maybe some more sustainable designs that are simple, classic, something that they can produce well and just, last the test of time. So both. Yeah. The idea is both right now.
Yeah. And I think our experience from this whole conversation is we went in with really big goals. And then just like always, we're realizing, oh, yes, cultural differences, time differences, availability of resources. We keep having that like conversation we started with. One of the hopes was like, oh, we are going to do gold blending, like gold jewelry. And a couple weeks into it, realized, you know what, they cannot get the pieces we need to make that happen. So there's been a lot of behind the scenes work already of us refining down from what our original vision is to what the new vision is. And I think more of that is still going to come, but as we go. So it's very much something we hold with an open hand in like our dream and hope is, I think we had said we would love like 5 new designs and then hopefully a continued partnership. But we also understand and know building the skill set while she's there it might take that whole time and then the designs come later. Because it'll be working with all sorts of different language barriers, resource, barriers and things like that. So as much as we are goal oriented and specific, we also know in these types of relationships, it's very flexible, as you well know too. Great. Any more questions?
I have you on say that again because I had you on mute.
Oh, no, I just said we'll keep praying. That's an exciting adventure into Nepal. Wow.
It is. It is. And they've just welcomed me with open arms so far. So it feels really good.
It might bless your work too here in the States. I mean, what's the art of Nepal and what are their symbols and
Absolutely.
cool.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. Just being here and really identifying with the Western culture and loving being at the base of the mountains and thinking how we can incorporate that for the people in Kathmandu and Nepal.
Yes.
How do we encompass all of their culture into designs?
Exciting.
All of these 10 partners, they're really great ideas, Emily.
Yeah.
And it's just a perfect idea to celebrate your 10th anniversary and give those gifts.
Thank you. Well, we feel very honored to get to do that. It's such a privilege to get to be a conduit of sharing resources and skills and connecting them. I mean, there's really nothing better. Oops, I'm going to get emotional. And
Yeah,
like I said, we couldn't foresee, but having this gift this year is such a gift to say, like, we're here, we're still with you guys. Like, if tariff goes up, we're still here, and it's really, really such a blessing to feel like we can do that. And to feel like we're still in it together. It's really great. And then, yeah, it's been, I think everyone on the team would attest that it's just been really special to get to have these conversations in collaboration and how much they took ownership and initiative, coming to the table, like an answer to prayer, like, oh, we're so glad you asked because we, need this, or we've been dreaming of this or wanting this. And it feels really, really blessed that way. So thank you guys for being a part of that. Oh no, we're running out of time. I got my little Zoom notification. But I think I have a little bit longer. But thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of our journey. We're so thankful and grateful and excited for what the fruit of this campaign will bring.
Rooting you guys on.
Thank you.
Keep going. It's awesome.
Yay. Thank you. Give our love to Amber and the kids.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes. Awesome.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yes. Yay. All right. Well, thank you guys. And I'll be sending more emails out and more specifics as things go along. So stay tuned. Bye. Thank you.
Bye, Mama.
Bye, baby.